Thank you so much. I'm honored for the invitation to address my colleagues this morning. I grew up in Sacramento, California, the greatest city in America, and I am the very proud daughter of a lifetime educator. My mom has been teaching in Del Paso Heights. It's a low-income community in Sacramento for the last 37 years, and in my opinion, she is one of the original gap closers in this work. Thank you. I grew up in Sacramento, just about 10 miles from where my mom taught, but I had a significantly different set of opportunities than her students did. These opportunities gave me options, and I am very aware of the weight of that privilege. The options allowed me to be a Cal Bear, go Bears, Teach for America alum, go Bears, a fellow with Building Excellent Schools, and a commissioner. But most importantly, the options allowed me to open Capital Collegiate Academy. I think about the absolute achievement that our students are accomplishing this year, and I'm so tremendously proud that the work that they and our teachers are doing every day in the classroom. But I also know that the work of Capital Collegiate is not impacting communities and children throughout my region. To better help my students, I cannot just be a better principal, I must be a better advocate. I was a little surprised when Laura Kerr from CCSA asked me to run for County Board of Education. I had no plans to run for office. I had a brand new school, and I had a brand new baby. But I didn't know if I had the time, I didn't know if I had the energy, but I certainly had the will, and I had the help. CCSA helped me file. They found local support for a candidate statement. They ran a parallel campaign with charter school leaders and charter school stakeholders throughout the region. And it reminded me of just how closely we are all tied together in this work, and how much I respect the people in this work for the purity of why we do it. It was supposed to be an easy race. It's County Board of Education. The incumbent had run unopposed the year before, and he had supported me and endorsed me in the race. And I remember sitting down with Brian, and he said, you know, you're gonna do a couple of door knocks, we're gonna, maybe fundraise a little bit, bada bing, bada boom, it's over. And life lesson, you don't trust people who say bada bing, bada boom in a sales pitch. So, it turned out, it started off pretty easy, and then two little words got caught in the campaign, charter schools. And then it blew up. And it was about TV interviews and newspaper interviews and fundraisers and endorsements and mailers. It was about robocalls and having your face plastered on the front of a giant piece of mailer that's about this big sent to your friends and your family and your neighbors, and the cheesy smile that comes with that, right? And it's about getting your baby fed, it's about getting your husband to babysit, and it's about flyering at night because that's when you have time because you're running a school. It's about making a thick skin a little bit thicker. My parents live in my district, they live around the corner, and when the race got tight, they started getting mailers, kind of homemade mailers on their doorstep just about every other day. And some of them were kind of what you would expect. Penny Schwinn's going to privatize education and close down our public schools. We received kind of clever mail. Penny Schwinn doesn't care about poor kids, ... or your kids. And then we got kind of not so clever mail. Schwinn will not educate black or brown kids. So that just didn't make sense, right, for obvious reasons. But what it did tell me is it made me realize that I absolutely had to be in this race because it was nothing if it was not 100% about kids. And it's about families. It's about families who will support you and they don't know you. Meeting people who so badly want options for their kids is humbling and motivating, and it makes you work that much harder. And you might win. Out of over 30,000 votes cast in our trustee area, we won by 251 votes. And every single vote counts. Every parent that you get to vote, every charter leader, every teacher that you get to go to the ballot, their vote counted, as does every single voice. I'm happy to be here today to encourage you to get out there, get involved, run for office, take that step. You have the support of CCSA, your colleagues, and your communities. We need more voices in power and empowered to fight for our students, for charters, for public schools, for families, and for choice. As a board member, I've been able to change policies. I've been able to push choice for families in my community, changing the landscape in a way that I just could not have done as a school leader alone. Eleanor Roosevelt is kind of my hero, and I named my daughter after her, and so I obviously looked to EleanorRooseveltQuotes.com for when I was running. And the one that stuck out to me was have convictions, be friendly, stick to your beliefs as they stick to theirs, work as hard as they do. But I say work harder. You have to work harder. Because we need gap closers, but we also need game changers. People who are willing to take the risk to be those voices and continue our work at scale. We need more of us to run for office and to lead that charge. I hope you will join me in that movement. Thank you so much.